Hello viewers, you join me in another vehicle at the SMMT day here at Millbrook Proving Ground. I am in the all-new Renault Megane E-Tech. So this is the all-electric replacement for the Renault Megane, and that means that you have got a compact-ish crossover in the family hatch segment, basically. So Renault have completely redesigned the Renault Megane, and this is an ever so slightly raised hatchback. So that improves your access to the car. It's very easy to get in and out of, you know. This is one of, if not the lightest car in its class, which is quite a selling point. This car only weighs in at 1,600 kilos, which is pretty light, especially given it's got a 60 kilowatt hour battery in it. All electric cars are generally pretty hefty, and this only being 1.6 tons is quite impressive. It's also worth noting that while a weight quoted to me on the day was 1.6 tons, the curb weight of the Megane E-Tech, according to Renault's spec sheet, is in fact 1.7 tons. The drive is 220 horsepower and a maximum torque figure of 300 Newton meters, both of which are pretty good numbers actually. This car will do 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, which is actually pretty sprightly. Now, it's not the most powerful electric drivetrain you're going to come across, but it is a pretty good one. This handles very well. Now, the interior of this car is actually really nice. There's some amazing material choices in here. You've got kind of soft touch fabric up on the door cards, as well as there is a hard plastic right at the top, but it frames this gorgeous fabric. You've got aluminium coloured strips with ambient lighting in them, and the dashboard is this amazing woven fabric. So all in all, I'd say this interior is really nice. I'm a big fan actually. The steering wheel feels excellent. It's almost kind of octagonally shaped, but it's nice to hold, feels good in your hands. The centre of it's not great. The steering wheel design is very good. You've got paddles behind it which allow you to adjust the level of regenerative braking, and you've also got some lovely gloss plastic buttons on either side. Now, this has got some excellent driver assist technology built into it, with features like active emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane keep assist that only activates over 45 miles an hour. The Megane E-Tech aims to keep you safe without actually being too annoying. This is very comfortable. I can tell it's stiffly sprung. You can feel that, but it holds its own really well in the corners. And to contrast this with another EV that I've driven just before this, the Nissan Ariya, that is obviously a little bit larger of a car, but it's also a lot heavier. And while they both have stiff suspension, this one, because it's so much lighter and it's not as tall, really handles its weight quite well. 1.6 tons is heavy for a hatchback sized car, but for an EV in this segment, it's not particularly hefty. And this chassis actually is, I'd say, quite good. The steering doesn't have a tremendous amount of feel or feedback, but it's not too light. It's certainly just about weighty enough. And the brakes aren't bad either. Now, one thing that often happens with electric cars is the brakes are a little bit poor. Now, there is a bit of pedal travel before you actually start slowing down, but it's not a tremendous amount, and the brakes actually feel quite good once you're into them. The range starts with the Equilibra trim at just under £37,000 and works its way up to the Iconic trim at just under £42,000. All models come with the same 220 horsepower or 160 kilowatt front-wheel drive drivetrain. The WLTP range of the model, depending on specification, will go up to 280 miles, which is a pretty solid effort. The drive is actually really good. You wouldn't think this was only 220 horsepower, I don't think. Now the lighter weight will obviously help with that, but also the way it delivers the power with it being an EV is obviously in kind of one good chunk. Your torque instantly pulls you away, and I'd say the whole driving experience here is actually very good. Due to the car's boxy shape, it's extremely well packaged, with plenty of space in the back seats, 440 litres of boot space with the seats folded up, and 1,332 litres with them folded down. I love the interior. The driver's instrument cluster is fantastic, really good graphics there, larger aspect ratio infotainment screen in the centre, and you've got physical climate controls below that. Now the actual temperature etc. is displayed in the screen, but you've got temperature buttons below it, and all of the critical features you'd expect are thankfully physical controls, which is really nice to see. Now yeah, you can tell the suspension is firm, but not excessively so, and it's I'd say pretty well balanced between controlling the ride of the car, but also not being too crashy. I can feel the bumps, but they don't feel bad. A bit of road noise comes through, but it feels, it's not too intrusive. The cabin's got a good amount of space in it as well. The visibility is reasonable, given it's quite a compressed rear screen. And actually, now we're going slower, I can hear the external noise generator just pumping out that little kind of whooshing sound to make pedestrians aware of your presence. As an overall package, the Megane E-Tech is really compelling, with stylish looks, some excellent tech, a great interior, reasonable space inside, and an engaging driving experience. It's an easy recommendation from me, and definitely worth you looking at. All that remains for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.